Hey, what's up guys? AppStyler here, bringing you my latest remake. This is Countdown and you have requested this map a lot. So now I'm finally delivering it. Let me dive right into the commentary and tell you how I created this map. Now this took me actually several weeks to realize, and it was one of the hardest remakes I have done so far. So let me actually tell you why this map was so hard to make. First of all, I was finding it incredibly difficult to get all the structures right and incorporate larger sizes of it because of the sprint that is in Halo 4 permanently. So I had to take into account all of that, and then I was doing most of the structures, but then for other structures I needed pieces, but I ran out of the limit, so I had to start replacing pieces and fight substitutes, and it was just a lot of work. The process of finding substitutes never stopped, and in the end, a lot of the aesthetics that you saw in my preview of this map had to be taken out because I ran into the limit of global objects that I could place. And I couldn't even place spawns anymore. I had to delete lamps, cables, and other aesthetic pieces, so they're not in the map unfortunately anymore. And I even couldn't place all of the spawn points, and I had to choose the MLG version of the map because it uses fewer weapons and fewer spawn points and fewer objects on the map just for the game type, so I could actually fit a proper game type into the map. Now, that being said, I have worked to put Slayer and Capture the Flag onto this map so you can play both of those. You don't have to use an MLG game type, of course, to play them. Just regular Capture the Flag, Infinity Slayer. All Slayer variants will work, all Capture the Flag variants will work, but the spawns and the weapon spawns are the MLG versions. Now, I had to delete some of the spawns in places where there were 3 or 4 spawns in a row. I deleted one of them to just have more objects because, as I said, I ran into the global object limit, and I talked about this in my remake of Hang 'em High, but I will tell you again, basically there's a limit of objects you can place overall on the map. Those objects can be anything that you can place. Structure, weapons, spawning, vehicles, everything counts into it. And once you run out, you can't place anything anymore. So I had to substitute pieces where I used multiple pieces. I had to find pieces where I could just use less. To get more pieces, I had to delete pieces, and I had to delete spawns, like I said, to make the map work. So now it works, and it looks actually okay. For the aesthetics, it could look better, but again, I ran out of the piece limit, so I had to delete all of the nice stuff that was in there in the preview, which is sad, but for such a large map that takes so many pieces to actually create all the structures, it's lucky to even have the map. Also, I had to delete dynamic lighting because it just looked awful on the map and it was actually destroyed. It completely glitched. And if you know that, there's a dynamic lighting budget, and every object has a certain amount that it contributes towards that lighting budget. And once you run out, your lighting will glitch. There are 2 tiers of broken lighting. First of all, the shadows will look different when you go further away, and then after some point it will be completely broken. There will be some huge blob shadow over your map. So I went ahead and deleted all the dynamic lighting. There's a trick to how to switch off dynamic lighting on the map, which I will explain to you briefly right now. So what you have to do is don't spawn all of the object structure pieces at the beginning of the game. You have to edit it in the advanced settings that they spawn not at the beginning of the game, and then you have to set a spawn time for them, and that can be between 1 and 10 seconds, because the timer of the game until it starts is 10 seconds, and that already counts for the spawning. So if they spawn before those 10 seconds are over, all of the players can walk across the map. And what you have to do is also place the weapons on fixed, because otherwise they will just fall through, because they will spawn before the structures, and then you won't have any weapons on the map until they respawn. So set them on fixed. This is what I did for the map as well. Now in the background you can already see some of the old footage I put into the preview of the map, just as a comparison how it looked before, and I told you why it looks different now. So you can all go ahead and download this map from my Halo 4 file share. I have a video tutorial on how to do so. I will put a link into the description of this video and you can find out how to download it today. Also, if you haven't yet, give this video a like, favorite it, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Halo 4 Forge content and other cool videos such as clips and montages. Now I will see you in my next video. Until then, click the links above to see my previous remakes, and I hope you have a good day. See you soon.